Welcome to another edition of the Nerds Delight podcast. We are stay J-Ro.
And Crump Casso.
Welcome. We got J1s and Derek back in the building. What's going on, fellas?
What up? What's poppin'? Thanks for having me. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. Welcome back, man.
Glad to be back.
Well, not you, Derek. We seen you the other day.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Well, I'll take what he said. Glad to be back.
All right. Today's episode, we're going to talk about, near and dear to my heart, video games. And we're going to talk about upcoming video games for 2023. But before we get into this conversation, don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel for all past, current, and future content. So, 2023, this is 2 months in. I can say it's been a lackluster year of video games so far, outside of Harry Potter, Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, which
talking in terms of popularity or
popularity, of course.
Oh, okay.
But for us, we're not gonna really so much do the popularity thing. We're gonna do what's near and dear to our hearts, each individual. I don't think anybody's list here is gonna be the same, but that's what the show's for. It's for everybody to be able to speak.
I'm supposed to be making the list. So I didn't prepare.
Nah, just
no. Give me time to let you get it up. I'm gonna get it up, and then you'll be able to do it. So what it is I'm gonna set you up. I'm gonna set you up for success. Right. I'm gonna set you up for success, man. So I'm gonna set you up. I got you. So what we're doing is obviously 2023 isn't over yet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about any game up to 3 games that we're looking forward to playing this year that isn't out yet. So okay. You don't have to, you can name 20, I don't care. But but at least 2 or 3. So
all right, cool.
So see, got you. I got you ready for success. I ain't gonna do you wrong. I ain't gonna do you dirty like that. But I am looking forward to this year's gaming year. I think this is gonna be a good gaming year for everybody. So I'm gonna start with Derek first. Derek,
oh,
what game are you looking forward to playing this year? Give me 2 games right now
that aren't out right now.
Yeah, that's not out.
Oh, you pretty much have me beat. I can't tell the future. I don't know what's going to be good.
What do you mean the future? These are games that are...
Dang, yo. This is short notice. Well, Tales of Symphonia is out. I haven't bought that yet. What's coming out? That new Bomberman. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely interested in that because I had to sell my last copy. So I do like strategic and tactician games. So I'm definitely going to buy that.
Okay.
That's a purchase for sure. Trinity Trigger, the 3rd installment of Chrono Trigger.
It is not the 3rd installment of Chrono Trigger.
It's part of the brand, isn't it?
No, it's a completely different game.
But it's still part of the series, right?
No, it has nothing to do with the series. We've had this conversation off air plenty of times. It is not part of the...
Who is the game developer?
He ain't give you no passes. No.
Right. Game developer. Square Enix?
Huh?
All right, we'll leave that alone.
No. I'm gonna look it up right now. I'm looking it up right now.
And Tenkaichi 4, if that comes out this year.
Oh, I didn't hear about that.
That is.
I seen that yesterday. That had me on the edge of my seat. So, yeah.
Fire.
Exceed is making Trinity Trigger.
All right, you got it.
But set you up. Start with you, and then you gonna get yours if you run.
But nah, those are dope. That's a dope list, man. Because I forgot about Tenkaichi, and Tenkaichi, they announced that one this past weekend.
Yeah, it probably won't come out this year though. So, yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. You know how they spit out Dragon Ball games, man. Those things like come out quick.
Yeah. I hope it don't come out this year because I feel like it'll just be a copy and paste, and maybe not even that. They was talking today about it'll be like less units in it, so they might need to hold that off, like less players.
Yeah, they might need to slow it down then if they're gonna rush it like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my future list.
Okay.
Future playlist.
That's a decent list though.
It's a decent
pretty good
list.
list.
Even though Channing Trigger isn't a part of Chrono Trigger, it still looks good though. Because I was just looking at images of it. It looks pretty dope.
I mean, the OG, you can still run that. You can still play that. So I mean,
yeah. I mean, it still holds up well.
But yeah, that's my list.
All right, J1s.
All right. Sorry, there. I couldn't add too much to yours because I wasn't super familiar with those picks, but you know, that's what's up. Do you think? All right. So I don't get as many games as I used to because I don't play games. I play games, but I don't have as much time to play as I used to these days. But there are 2 games that are supposed to drop this year that no matter what, I always buy, even if they sit on the counter and collect dust. I'm gonna play them at least once, but it's certain games that I'm just gonna get. And one of them is Mortal Kombat 12.
I heard about that one. Yeah, I immediately thought of you when I saw it.
Every Mortal Kombat that come out, y'all know what it is. If y'all see me out there on the Speaks Pulse or whatever. I ain't gotta explain why I'm gonna get that game on the problem and come see me except for Cam. And the next game is Tekken 8.
That was mine.
Wow.
Tekken that come out. I'm gonna get the Tekken. So those are the 2 games.
Good.
Huh?
That game looked real good.
Dang, everybody. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to both of those. Both of those are supposed to drop this year. I'm real big on fighting games just in general anyway. So yeah, those are 2 big ones for me that I'm going to be buying.
Well, it sounds like it ain't gonna collect dust.
Yeah, I mean, play a few times, I'm gonna play them a few times.
That's crazy. I didn't know about either one of those. Like, I really must be like living under a rock because those are 2 big titles. I didn't know about either one of those.
I think Crunk won a rematch. I think a rematch
yeah,
out
we
there.
We can make that happen. We can make
that
happen.
What it is. Nice. He gotta practice a little bit.
J1's don't play. J1's don't be playing around with Mortal Kombat, man. That dude, he don't play with that, man. He's an animal on that one, boy.
Yeah, let's not give him the big head though. But he all right.
He just speaking the truth. That's all. He just let that man speak. Let that man speak.
I still want my rematch though, but it's gonna happen.
I got you whenever. All right, those are my picks though.
What about you? Want to go, Crump, or you want me to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
My list is like I said. I think I've been living under a rock because I don't really been hear about like a lot of stuff dropping, and then the stuff I do hear about, I'm just like, it don't really appeal to me. So I'm gonna do something personal for me, which is y'all know I have a Switch. So obviously, Mortal Kombat sounds fire. Tekken sounds fire. What did Derek say that I forget? Oh, Tenkaichi. But on all those, I didn't know about none of those 3, so I'm really disappointed in myself. But in my defense, I'm pretty sure they ain't gonna drop on the system I got. I'm sure none of them are gonna drop on the Switch. Tenkaichi might, but I don't know. But so I'm just picking the 2 that I know are gonna be on the Switch, and a new Zelda's supposed to be dropping. I forgot what it's called. I think Tears of the Kingdom or something like that.
Yeah.
That like is going to be pretty dope. So I actually never played Breath of the Wild, but I know Breath of the Wild is dope. I see other people playing it, and it looked pretty fire. So I know the new one's gonna be fire for sure. And then the other one would be, I know we already mentioned it sort of, but Harry Potter, because it hasn't dropped yet on the Switch yet. They a little behind. They a little slow, but they got it. So it's coming.
You think it will drop?
Huh?
You think it will drop on the Switch?
It will.
Yeah, it's that they had like a summer release date, but I don't know if they're gonna get pushed back. But it's supposed to drop on the Switch.
That might be too many frames for the.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Now I was gonna say that. I was a little worried about the graphics, but we'll see. Hopefully they work all that out before it drops. And that's probably why it ain't dropped yet, because they probably still working it out. So I mean, I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited about it because that game looked fire to me. I've seen a lot of other people playing it on like PlayStation and stuff, and it looked dope to me.
Yeah, I was mad Voldemort against it at first. I was hating hard, but I like the customization they have for it. Their black characters actually have more than the fro and the fade.
Yeah.
So, I have to side with them on that. They gave us a little bit of breathing room for once.
Yeah.
That's all you need, man. That's all you need. That's all we do, right? Frozen things.
I need a little more than that. I need
What more do you want?
They want to have like the Jerry curl,
I
have
need
like
exhibit braids
or dreads or something.
I want my wizard looking like Ice Cube.
You put some do-rags in Harry Potter.
Yeah, I need to do that. Of course.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that game definitely looked fire though. But so I'm looking forward to that. But that's all I got on my list.
I haven't played any Harry Potter game ever.
Yeah, I haven't either. But
I haven't either.
Have y'all seen gameplay for this new one? Because it looked fire.
Oh yeah, gameplay look legit.
Yeah.
I have. I barely seen any of the movies.
Oh.
And
I've seen half the movies.
Yeah.
Almost.
the Harry Potter rise at Universal Studios fire though. And honestly,
I bet they are. I ain't been in a minute, but I'm sure they dope though.
Okay. Well,
Jerome?
I'm gonna say the best for last for me. Then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
Tetris 20.
Oh, not Tetris.
Hell no. I hated Tetris on the Game Boy, so that is never gonna be on my list. I'm gonna do an honorable mention. First game is Mega Man Battle Network Legacy Collection. I played those Game Boy games. They were on the Game Boy Advance. I loved every one of them. I beat all of them, but to play them with updated graphics and on a next generation console like the Switch or the PS4, it's gonna be pretty cool to do. All right, so now I get to my three. Number one, Spider-Man 2.
Oh, yeah.
Doc Ock in it.
What was it? What's the game?
Spider-Man 2.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Which Spider-Man is this? Is this Toby? Is it Miles?
Nah, it's the one that was on the PlayStation 4, and then they did the Miles Morales game.
I didn't play that, but I know you were obsessing with that game. You was playing that nonstop.
Oh, I loved it, brother. The second one, Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2.
Oh, I ain't know about that, bro. Where have I been?
Why all your games got the longest titles? You go the first Super XPT5 Speed 3. What?
Hey, that just show you how dope they are, man. They just show you how much they gotta put like a long title to get you drawn in.
Is your last one Street Fighter?
No, actually.
Dang it.
But it was gonna get my honorable mention part 2. Okay. But nah. The next one is actually Final Fantasy 16.
Oh, I didn't know that was dropping. Okay.
So you got 16, you got 7 Remake Part 2, they call it Rebirth, and then you got Spider-Man 2.
That's a super solid list. I can't even front. That's a very solid list. I haven't been too fond of the newest Final Fantasy. I mean, it's still dope. Final Fantasy, so it's gonna be dope regardless. But I ain't really been keeping up with them. But that remake though, that 7 remake's gonna be fire.
Well, you saw the remake when
the first one.
You played it. You played a battle in it.
Yeah, that first one was crazy. That first remake is crazy. So I know that part 2 is gonna be dope. Spider-Man, of course. Yeah.
I can't. Like, I know Final Fantasy is real big, but I can't rock with Final Fantasy, man. I can't do it.
What?
I've never been a fan of RPG, the whole fight, hit, shit, 30 points. I can't. It's not.
But this one is different, though. Hey, the 16 is actually both of them are different. They actually turn them into damn action games.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
Did they?
Those two in particular are more hack and slash.
Yeah. Devil May Cry
S. Compared to which game is it like? What's it like? Dynasty Warriors kind of like?
No, Devil May Cry. Devil May Cry.
No way.
16. Look it up. Final Fantasy 16.
Devil May Cry.
They compared it to Devil May Cry.
So you trying to pull me in? So
no, Devil May Cry is my favorite game series of all time.
For real?
I love Devil May Cry. I love Devil May Cry. I beat every one of them. When I tell you, when I read that they said 16 is similar to Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
Stream it. I'll watch it. Let me see.
I got you.
Yeah, that's a very solid. Dang.
It's like that. If it's really like that game, then it might be dope then.
Yeah, because Devil May Cry, you can never go wrong with that game, man.
I never got into those, but I've seen them play before, and they look dope.
Before, because I'm gonna end it now because we already did the list, but I'm gonna end it. I want to ask one final question before we close out. We touched on this way episodes back, and Jordan may know where I'm going with this. We were talking about game prices. Do you feel, I gotta end this because this may lead into another episode down the road. Do you feel that games are priced right, or do you think they should be like new release games? Do you think they should be like the 59 to 69, or do you think they should be lower than that?
Who's going?
Go ahead.
Oh, well, I mean, all right, if you're giving us a complete finished game and it's brand new, it's not a repackaged game that you're trying to resell us, I think 50, 54 is cool. But usually that's not the case. Usually we get in some scraps that was just glued together and packaged. Here you go. So on average, I think the average game should be like 40. Because that's about what we was paying back in the day in 2000, early 2000s, 90s. So for a brand new Pokemon game, I think it was like 40, maybe. Emerald Elite.
Yeah.
A good game, 40, 60.
Yeah.
I actually wasn't thinking about that. I'm gonna tack on to what you said because back, in the old school days when you got a game, it was complete, it was finished. Like now they're rushing games off, and they just gonna put the bare minimum together, and they still gonna charge you the top prices, which is gonna be the 50, 60 mark, which I wasn't really mad at. But the game, like Derek said, the game should be completed. I don't know what we'll do about that. I actually have more of an issue with how the prices go down after. Like after the game's been out a few years, the prices don't go down fast enough. Like me and Crump, we was talking about the Nintendo games. Like if you get them used, you good, of course, but they still be trying to charge like $60 for like Mario Odyssey that came out like 2017 or something like that. It's like, come on now. It's not a new game anymore. But I feel you on that. The games be unfinished and they still be charging 60 for it. I'm rocking with you on that. If it's finished, I'm cool.
Yeah, mainstream games, they don't really go down, but they be treating their customers like crackheads for sure.
That's true.
Pimpin' is strong.
That's true. I was like one said earlier, like we was literally just talking about this last night, which is so it's crazy that you asked this question, Duro. Like, and to Derek's point, that's what I was telling once. I was like, they really do be treated like it's crack, like, and they do it because people can still buy it. Like, if it's a 4-year-old game, and they're like, well, it's still $60 because people still buying it.
No, and Nintendo's notorious for it. Notorious for
it. Big time.
Yeah,
Animal Crossing dropped 10 years ago, but it's still gonna be $60 because people still buying it.
Yeah, you just said Odyssey, and Zelda. There's no business right now that those games should be $60. Those games should be 30, 40, or 30, 40, or 20. They should never
say don't buy them new. You paying an extra $40 for plastic wrap. Just buy them used.
Yeah, I don't have no shame in my game. I want the used copy. I don't want no warranty.
Facts. It play the same.
Yeah.
It run the same.
Yeah. And that's a really good point too. What one's mentioned about the prices dropping. Like I wouldn't be as mad. I would still be mad, but I wouldn't be as mad if they dropped the prices as time went on. But they don't. Like they just keep them like sky high. And like Jerome, we already talked about this. You already know how I feel. I feel even at the jump when they come out, it's still too high. I say 50 max, and that's I kind of feel like pushing it. Like Derek said, I feel like they're going to be like $40, and then on top of that, we gotta pay just to get extra unlockables and stuff. Like back in the day, if you beat the game, we got a new character. That's the way it worked. I ain't gotta pay $6 to unlock Shao Kahn and Mortal Kombat. That's ridiculous. Like Shao Kahn should be in the game. I should have to pay to unlock him in Mortal Kombat. Like
microtransactions, man. That's where the market is, man.
Like,
they take advantage of like the little kid who don't know any better.
On top of the 60, yeah.
On top of the 60, you end up dropping like 90 total for one year. It's ridiculous.
They take advantage of the little kid who don't know any better, especially like, Fortnite and stuff like that. They just want to spend all their money on skins and stuff like that. They take advantage of that, man. Like,
it's crazy.
But Sony and Xbox, they tend to drop their prices like legitimately. It just depends if a game is rare or not. They'll keep it high, but if it's like not rare, they'll drop the prices. Like, like 2K and 2K is anything. They're always gonna drop their price because the value is always dropped because they got a new one coming out.
Yeah. But like the greatest hits games be like 20 always.
Yeah. So like PlayStation ain't gonna try to rip you off later, but at first, but
I don't know, like when they were big, like Blu-ray, like discs, and you got like a new DVD or whatever, new Blu-ray that came out, that could run you like 30, right?
Yeah.
So does 40 make sense for a video game? Just a $10 extra than a movie?
Well, I will actually go say yeah, because of the fact that a movie is only like 2 hours.
That's a good point.
And then those games, like, it depends on the game you playing, they can be anywhere from 8 to like 50 hours.
I feel like it's more work and time put into a game, and you get more out of it than a movie.
Yeah.
I feel like it should cost more, but it seems very close to a DVD at its height or a Blu-ray at its height that just charge $40. I don't know.
Well, and then you know how much a Blu-ray can hold so much memory on it. So like, but here's the kicker with that is like they come out with games that you can tell shouldn't even be on a Blu-ray. It's like they're smaller in size, like the games that like they look like graphically, they look like it could have been like a PS3 game or an Xbox game, but they charge you like the $60 price tag. So games like that, you like, you shouldn't be paying that much money for that,
right?
So
I mean, yeah, if they don't put all the work into it, then yeah. But I was just talking about like a high level game versus a high level movie. Should the prices be that close?
No.
Yeah, I would say no. A high level game is pretty much gonna have its own movie in itself, like this Engage I'm playing. That's like 3 hours of a movie.
Yeah.
Man, you know how I feel. That Engage ain't good, man.
Might not be, but whatever. I'm saying my point is it's a lot that goes into it as far as they have their own lighting and they gotta fix a camera with inside the game and all kind of stuff. So it's pretty much making a movie.
Well, yeah, the cutscenes in itself, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why I like to say if it's a high level, if they do everything they're supposed to do, I'm actually all right with the 50, 60. It's just when they playing around and they still charge you 60, that's when I'm mad, or they keeping it at 60 for life. But
I mean, I know, and this is directed at you, J1s. Like, I know you're a really big fan of fighting games, but man, I don't ever think you should be paying full price for a fighting game because their values drop so quickly.
Unfortunately, that
think so?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a pretty big fan of fighting games, Smash, Tekken. Those are
like real popular games. I mean, come on now. They just from a business standpoint, people gonna like a big game, you ain't charging no $40 for that. Like, just off like if it was you probably wouldn't do that. Like, cause okay, this is Smash Bros. You know what it is. Like, you gonna charge 60.
Oh yeah, it has to start high. You can't start all the way at the bottom. Like that's what you're saying. No, you got to start up there. But of course, it's way down.
No, and I mean, I feel you. Like, I'm just throwing it out there as devil's advocate because, like, those like when you go to GameStop or you go to Amazon, even eBay, and you say give it a month, give it 2 months, and these fighting game prices are kind of going down. You pay like they start off on 60, and then you're paying 50, or you're paying like when Black Friday comes, you're paying basically 30.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, I'm gonna get the used game. Mortal Kombat and Tekken, I'll get them new. Like it's all, but I'm not waiting for those to drop. But most other games, I'll wait.
I also think part of the reason why why it's okay that they're high is because you don't want to get too far ahead of the competition.
Well, you don't want to get too far behind either.
Too far behind. Sorry, that's my bad. My bad. That's what I meant.
Combinations to get them down right. And be in that training in that spare room. You can't just go in a new game unless it's like Tenkaichi. Even though the controls still differ from game to game, just a slight bit, but you need some time to train.
I mean, depending on the game, I ain't never gonna fall too far behind, man. I'm me. I'm me. I'm the man out here.
Did anyone want to add anything before we close out?
I'm looking forward to see what. Hopefully, all these predictions that we think are gonna be dope games. Like, hopefully, I'm hoping none of them let us down. But I don't think they will. I think every game that everybody listed tonight has been like, it's gonna be hot, good level. So we'll see.
Zelda gonna be whack.
Go at him, Jordan. You gotta tell Mortal Kombat and Tekken gonna be wet. You gotta go at him, yo.
I can't even take that from him because I'm not gonna disrespect those games just because he's gonna talk. Because he's gonna talk junk. Mortal Kombat gonna be fire. Mortal Kombat gonna be fire.
All right, then let's close it out. Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to the channel for any past, current, and future content. Catch you on the flip side. Talk to you soon. Peace.
Peace.